What? What is up? 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 What is stuck? Holy shit! Oh my god, it's crazy the energy right now. I'm wearing a hat because it's that. It's how like it's a. Last night, yesterday evening, I think we experienced what I would call the integration, the awareness, the click moment where everything that has been going on in this little docu-series here about me has finally, truthfully, allowed for the progression of time to deliver something. Like, I don't believe that time is any more real than its function to like tell us what we're tracking within that metric. So for me, it's like, here's this opportunity where like time is really getting to speak and it's really getting to show. I'm uploading some archival videos that I think are like already say enough. So this video is really more so about additional channeled messages, new energies. We had some very, very big W's come in collective, things that were deeply intimate synchronicities that recommitted me to my faith. And it's not even like concrete anything is set, but it's like the type of information or the type of news, and I feel like I need to share this because this is probably what the collective is feeling at this time. But it's like the type of information that comes in is the type that really allows you to know without a shadow of a doubt that this is both the next step on the path. It also validates in that immediate moment how worth it you are. It's like even the consideration for you just being considered says something massive, proves the thing that you've been wanting to prove this whole time, that these videos that I'm archiving, bro, that are being triggered right now with all of this other low vibrational late, like, it's like, come on, bro, it's like this on astral, it's like this devil energy that just is like throwing whatever it's got to throw and say in your ear, just for you to not believe in the indigo, in the cosmos, into who you really are, the constellation that is you, ooh, it's got a really high pitch frequency right here. It's almost like a small tiny fork hitting a teacup. This is very bizarre. Yeah. So this is the message, because so these other videos that I'm putting up are really going to address, it's going to get into the shadow, all that good stuff that we definitely know is prevalent at this time, but this is the message of how this manifests. So right now we've got the portal, the growth, the conception of the cosmos. So this is like this blue, right, that says activate your healing power, right? So if we were to look at this as the conception of the idea at this time, if we were to look at this as like the download reception, then we go through this process of seeding and planting that in the soil that we're within, which is going to be reversed, and this is establishing boundaries. And then we've got the water, which is that what do I want to say? It's the perfect ingredient to. This is one of those moments where my vocabulary being limited is really bothering me. But anyways, this is exactly what we need in order for there to be growth. Water, right? The renewal, right? The experience, peace, and calm. And I've identified that the only way for this seedling that I just planted, here's the seed, the cosmic earth, the idea. I wanted to plant it, and I've got to establish good boundaries in order to do that. Now that's already in reverse, but also it's like the soil. Like, I think right now, like, I just got potted, and so for some of us, we might be feeling like, okay, well, we just got to this new place in our ascension where it's like, now I'm becoming hyper aware of how, like, where my seedling is now having to grow, the soil that it's having to grow in. It's like it doesn't retain the water, something about that, like it won't retain the nutrients that you're being given, meaning like the water is being wasted, like it's not going to this plant. So that's why there's a symbiotic relationship between the soil, the plant, right, and then this is the spirit, right? This is the portal, right? So you need this in order to promote the growth, and that's always coming, right? But then where we choose to plant ourselves, whether these are like organizations, friends, family members, like jobs, like spaces, mental capacities, like where, if you're trying to really evaluate the soil, like you really have to recognize that like bad soil will never, you don't want to waste this, like, right, this wave that we all felt in March and April from Pisces to Aries, that whole period, Neptune and Pisces, this conglomerate of Piscean energy, this like deep water, like you're just, it's such a force, and it's just, it's combustion, because you can't even get that pressure. There's so much pressure with big bodies of water that we don't address. And so to have all of that pressure applied to all the timelines that we've got going right now, and to have that soil, like you're realizing like, oh my God, I don't want to waste this watering that's happening, because that's what's once in a lifetime about this Neptune, Jupiter in Pisces experience that we're having once in 166. You're feeling the complete replenishment. It's like Ace of Cups on all ends. But if you haven't been preparing the proper soil, like this can come and feel like ruining crops. This can feel like work wasted. This can feel like burnout, right? The suicidal, it's very dark. It's very like 10 of Swords immediately, right? And so there's this conversation that I feel like this color gradient was really trying to serve, which is beautiful. But let's talk about this, like establishing these boundaries in reverse. You get me? Like, what kind of boundaries do you have to flip upside down in order for you to make this work? Like, is that what you're doing? Like, I think it gets that granular. Like right now, like the karma is out, because you're going to need to pay attention to, like, did you compromise something completely in order to just make this okay, to act like this is nourishing you, to act like this is how you're going to take this God particle and turn it into something of the earth for spirit, for the creator, right? Like, do we think we're getting away with that? Do we think we're being funny? Do we think we're helping ourselves? Like, some of us aren't even acknowledging that it's so obvious that you have like zero boundaries, and that's why you're so deeply obsessed and committed with this thing. Like, why omit all of the boundaries, all of the things that you really need, the space you need to grow? I'm hearing the space that you needed to grow. Like, some of y'all had such a hard time like taking the space that you needed, and therefore you were trying to grow something with just no, like, you know what I mean? So it's all the things, but at the same time, like, woo, chocolate. And that's the opposite, right? The sweet part of setting boundaries, you're not going to be able to taste, right? Establish your boundaries so that you can nourish your body and soul. Some of y'all, like, we're talking about physical vessels that are like not nourished. Like, we're really talking about it, bro. Like, there's so many things personally that I'm really proud of myself for addressing, so that I could have a very like healthy and safe like last transition a few years. So I'm very proud of myself for that, and I still keep a lot of those beliefs and core, and just honoring and listening to what I feel like is appropriate. But yeah, there's the sweetness of life, which is when you're able to really step into nourishing your body and soul. So a lot of us are addressing this, like, it's a simple boundary situation. It's a simple put some boundaries in place to let this situation, this soil know, like, this isn't working. I need to be able to be in the upright to be able to continue to receive the nourishment, because this wave that's coming, this aqua that we're living in, this is once in a lifetime energy. And I have the God particle. I'm a seed. I can be planted. I just need to make sure that I go to the soil. There's soil all over the place. Go find the soil that you can grow in so that this time is used wisely. I feel like 8:55, we just had to get that out, because it's going to translate as like dulce, like very, very sweet. And it's going to allow you to strengthen your faith, because it's going to be so visceral. Like, the growth that some of us are seeing, like, on the other end of this, it's like, yo, like, the growth that I'm seeing right now, like, what came in for me today is very much the chocolate. So I'm trying to put you on game, like, real, you know what I mean? Like, it's really time to step out and, like, allow this to be received, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Like, I can't wait for the day that it gets to be announced here on this space, because wouldn't that be crazy? Because we're going to literally have it. This is like the greatest art experiment ever. Like, right? Like, if you keep, like, I wish we all thought like that. Like, I'm going through like the worst time of my life. What if I indoctrinated myself with my own faith that is my human experience that I'm designing based on like the documentation and the spiritual upkeep that I've been going through. So all good things. All good things. So we're gonna pull an RKO because I'm just feeling woo okay. Did you guys want to know who the culprit was? Did you want to know why we just got tumbled around the dryer real quick? Do you hear that hissing? Yeah, that's this bitch. This whole energy was all up and through, pervading the whole experience, bro. Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. At the bottom of the deck, blank, right? The void, the blank. There is no archetype here. It was plotting. This thing was what you had to slay. And we're not even harming animals here. Like, you had to respectfully tell them to please stop so that you could protect this blank canvas. So that you could get to know who you are naturally. Like, clean slate. That is what this was hiding. Let's read. The demon is contrary and complex, offering you a glimpse into the poisoned chalice without demanding that you drink. If you keep him at an arm's length and take his insights in homeopathic doses, he will keep you protected from greed and envy. But his greatest contribution to your cause is to make it possible for you to recognize those who wish you malice. Persona. In many ways, the demon is the hardest RKO to acknowledge. Yet he is necessary. Without him, we would be utterly gullible. On the one hand, he is a slippery manipulator, and on the other, he helps us recognize dishonesty and duplicity, both in ourselves and in others. If you keep him contained, his familiarity with animosity will serve you well. But if you allow him to convince you that indulgence is your birthright, you will quickly lose your way. With one foot in the dark and the other dancing in blinding light, the demon is both tormentor and realist, and thus an unpredictable teacher or ally. Certainly, you must hold him at an arm's length, but do not try to banish him. You do not want to make him a dire enemy. When taking his counsel, it would be wise to call upon the sage and the warrior for arbitration and protection. Remember, your fascinations, addictions, and repulsions are your weaknesses, and he will try to play upon them even as he is warning you of an external threat, right? This is so important. It's so funny because somebody was talking about Donkey and his wife, the dragon, and then it really made me think about that dynamic. But this energy of, really getting acutely familiar, like the South Node, like the Scorpio South Node right now, that's this nigga. That's this nigga coming through for every single one of us and saying, okay, hey, I'm here, I exist, and it's the thing that's been guiding us through. It's the reason why, ultimately, yes, there is sadness, but with his counsel, with its counsel, whatever, but with the counsel of this energy, we're able to really stay grounded, right? Because that's what we kind of talked about. We're able to stay rooted because some of us, that grounding, we're not able to stay. You got to stay rooted. Like, we're on the right track. Everything is coming in, but don't fumble the bag at the last minute because this demon's energy, like, its job is to play one role. And so it has to take advantage of the opportunity. It doesn't get personal to you. So you can use its counsel, but it might also still, like, play you in the end. So you got to stay privy. You got to stay smart. But I feel like this demon is trying to alert us of, energies where that is available for us to kind of fall into. And at the same time, it's willing and able and ready to take advantage of you. So when the new opportunity does come, it's going to make you feel like, well, wait, but isn't it good? And isn't this good? So I'm having to stay really rooted right now. Like, I'm having to leave and close out one situation and really go to another situation right now. Another situation which of you, like, completely reflects what I, like I said, right now, like, I am lowballing what I actually physically need in order to live the life that I see in my head that I've been living out, which is where this really was playing with me all this month, where it was just like, dancing on the fact that like mentally I'm over there, and currently like what I physically have is like so much farther than I know. So this new opportunity that's coming in would really take me safely to where my mind is already at, my entire my conceptual understanding of like what this new consciousness is over there. So this energy is really trying to both let me know like what the root of this pain in my life is and this disillusionment in my life is, while also trying to keep me from making it across the terrain here to calmer shore. So it's a whole lot of things, but knowing this energy intimately, I feel like, is this Scorpion South Node. And this energy right here, like, I think a lot of y'all are about to get got with, because it plays that dual role. And I think that some of us who aren't ready to be betrayed by our own vices, our own demons, who are our own counsel, I think you should just remember that a demon do as it does. Like, don't be fooled. Don't be, naive about this, because this was always what it was. I feel like somebody needed to hear that. This was always how it was presented. So just know that when you're recontemplating, because its voice got in your head and it's trying to tell you, like, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to drop this? Are you sure you want to close this? But what about this, and the third? Remember the face that you're talking to, though, right? Like, because that's been unmasked. It's not confusing in that regard. So I feel like that's such an important message that really grounded me, I think, in right now, to be quite honest. So thank you, RKO. And I think we'll do some Eugene messages. Eugene, what does the Venetian Tarot have for us at this time? Remember what I said in one of these videos, and it was like, the Empress is not just a fertile myrtle, okay? There's a difference between your fertile myrtle and you're having the kids, and then being able to have as many kids as you want because you can afford them. The Empress is giving, I own the palace, I own the state, I own the county, I could do what I want. There is no limit. That's the energy we're embarking on today. I think that Taurus season showed up, is on the line and said, hi, yes, hello, Venus here. Remember, Venus is entering in Pisces. I think Venus entering in Pisces, she's giving Empress. She's giving you, what the deal is. Venus is like, Venus went through some things, bro. Through some things from February to that transit with Mars. I don't know, bro. We had some wounding here for Venus, and we've heard a couple people say it, but I think Venus is out for blood. It's coming for your necks. Because she's coming as the Empress, like, she's choosing. She's like, I'm going to show up in my energy. This is her bag. This would be the archetype that she wanted. If she wanted to flex, she'd be coming out as the Empress at Taurus season. I saw 1800, bro. It's a check. It's getting cut. Like, I just like 1800 a minute. I don't know. Like, it's the bag. Let's check the bottom of the deck. Woo! It's the bag, bro. It's the judgment. Okay, it was all cute, but now that the bell has rang, this is how you emerge. When the mask gets ripped off, you're the Empress. Like, just good energy. Good energy. And we wouldn't be here without our good friend, Mr. Demon. You know what I mean? So we really need to give glory and respect and praise to the Most High, because that's what caring for Source really does, bro. The moon comes out, right? The taboo, when we talked about what's going in the darkness and what's going in the light, what was revealed with the moon was that you're the Empress. What the moon, this Libra full moon, brought back into balance is that you have to be aware of what's on the other side. So if your whole life, your Empress energy has been in the shadows, like, nobody knows that you're flexing, like, nobody knows that I'm out here delivering the word, right? Okay, like, nobody even knows that, but it doesn't even matter, because at the same time, it's still cultivating. It's still an Empress. It's like, whether you're conscious of it or not, great, welcome to the party. But the bag is the bag, bro, because this is happening. And sure, it may have been happening in the shadows. It may not have been in the conscious light, but it's who you were. And I feel like when she gets revealed, karma snaps, bro. Y'all heard me say karma snaps. I did not see the bottom of this deck. I just said karma snaps. When the moon shows her hand, and it's like a royal flush. That's what I heard from Parent Trap. Towers go down. Oh, I was y'all's best kept secret is what I'm hearing in astro. Oh, I was y'all's best kept secret? Well, the secret's out, baby, and the tower's coming down. This is like, I'm hearing like Rapunzel bombed the top of this tower and just to escape. She's like, no, it ain't gonna go down like this. I'm not gonna stay locked up in here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Because once y'all find out I'm up here, I'm about to blow New Jersey up. That's what she said, bro. Venus, that's what she said. That's what she said. Hello? You know what I mean? So... there's a King of Pentacles energy. Dual King of Pentacles energy. I'm saying this because it's at the bottom of the deck here. Institutions, those at the top, those with it, whatever, right? It doesn't matter what pole you fall on. This King of Pentacles is evaluating. There's either one King of Pentacles whom's hands are dirty because they did this, 5 of Swords. It don't matter because everybody going to jail here. Whose fault? We don't know. Somebody's been stabbed. Somebody about to stab somebody else. They tripping off of like a bad bet, bro. So everybody going to jail, right? The King of Pentacles is trying to turn his back on some behavior, okay? And I believe that this 5 of Swords, this lose-lose situation, when you just got to take that L, happened to someone who they didn't know was the queen. The queen. It's not the queen, ho. This is the Empress. That's what's even worse about it. I don't know why I just pushed that on. But it was... it's like you can turn around King of Pentacles, but you can't unsee it. It happened. The 5 of Swords is what you chose. So that's what the decision... Spirit's trying to remind you that regardless of what this demon comes back around and might try to tell you in your ear about what you're leaving behind, you have to remember, though, that the reason you left them behind wasn't because of, like, creative differences I'm hearing. It was because there was a stab. It was a wound. It was a 5 of Swords. It meant, like, we will cut you. You lose and we win. That was the decision. There was no... So while you're reconsidering giving them a cut of your pie, remember, they didn't even just, like, not give you a cut of the pie. They were like, you deserve to be hurt. Like, if you're not the winner of the pie, you deserve to be stabbed. So it was like that. It was like a I win, you lose. They couldn't even think outside of themselves to find a win-win with you because they're not in competition with you. Oh, no, they chose to be in competition with you. And then, therefore, also say, yeah, and in order for me to win, you have to lose. That is what these people believed. But the problem is they did that to the moon. What got revealed this Libra full moon is that you were the Empress. And this King of Pentacles is either the one who is trying to not look and has this on their hands, or if I'm looking at it, he's looking right at this and he sees someone who's probably been cut. He's like, I might go and swoop in on that investment. This could be like a lawyer, right? Like if a lawyer saw like, ooh, you got a good case, bro. You could come over here and we could collab. So you see what I mean? Bitch, it's getting manifested. It's happening. This is happening right now. It's getting manifested. Like 5 of Swords, bro. Say less. Say less. Now we've got the Magician popping out. You know what you get for walking away from this stupid paradigm? For getting rejected? That rejection, yeah, actions do have consequences. That word to the peace dealer, bro. Actions really do have consequences here. And that's the energy right now. Because what they didn't realize the consequence for treating you like this would be is that you're going to go on to manifest and become the Magician and have the opportunity to tell Spirit where you want your blessing to be, who you want to be associated with your blessing, and you're not going to manifest them. Why? Because you remember that this is you have to stay grounded, and this is why all the doors are opening for you now, is because you knew that you didn't deserve this and you walked away from it because you knew the whole time, whether they could see it or not, what you were, the Empress, right? Whether it was in the shadow for them or not, it doesn't matter because you treat people with the energy they show up with, pure yod, right? So we got to do the work to know ourselves because that's the only reason you would be blinded to that. But now you're the Magician, so now you're like, okay, it's time for me to spin my magic wand, wish on my genie, and get what I want. That's what the Wheel of Fortune says. And you were just burned by this demon energy, this runner chaser paradigm, this stupid, who cares? Like, if this person or this couple doesn't want you or whatever, like, it's that energy of like, you could cry or you could be like, or you're not, it's not even about like what you're not. It's like, it's not a vibe, because why would don't change your value of yourself because of that. Don't do that. It's not wrong to have wanted it, but if it's saying that, like leaving you crying, doing something like, you take this manifesting power and you say, bring me what is in proper alignment, and let's just show you what spirit wants to bring you. Boop, here it comes. He's like, 4, hurry up. Get to them quick, bro. Magician in the Chariot, in a manifesting hello immediately. Look, bro, I've been getting these 3 coming out. In this deck, it gives the same vibes. This magician's on this motherfucking boat and he's like, push this gondola, bro. I gotta go get that. I want that. That's the partner. That's the match. That's the choice that I want. That looks like choosing a mirrored reflection of me. Gemini, this... Oh, Jesus Lord. The King of Wands in reverse in the sunlight. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the other end, because this is the end of the spread. But on one end, the moon has on this side this Empress hidden. The sun has this reverse King of Wands. So what was out was a misuse of the willpower. What was on the table. So it's this relationship. Because when you look at it, it's like the Empress was exposed to this 5 of Swords. It's karma. It's balancing. It's this, you know what I mean? It's like you're not even dealing with it. And it's like the things that were in the conscious light also didn't equate. Like a King of Wands, certainly in reverse, is not the same value as an Empress. Even if, regardless of the stupid gender or the court suit, it doesn't matter. Like the Empress is 4 of the quantity of one of these. So for that to be in the sun, for that to be illuminated, for that to be the standard, this Empress has to stay in the dark. It's like, I'm so much bigger than that. I don't even know how to enter this conversation. I don't even know what to say. I can't even, if that's what we keep in the light, bro, if that's the standard, devil energy, that's the bondage. So we're tackling that energy. And I said we're tackling and we're victorious. You're coming out on top of things because you've identified what that demon energy is, how it can help you, how it can leverage, but you also stay privy to how to stay on top of your, you know what I mean? So that's this brief little message right now, but it's a big old W. I'm gonna go pee, but it's huge. It's so huge. But this is really just the final message, is like, stay grounded in what has really real deal like transpired for you. Like stay grounded in the fact that your Empress energy was in the shadows. It was hidden. It was private. All this that you've been cultivating was hidden. And that doesn't mean it wasn't happening though. So don't let these jokers who couldn't see it and said, well, because I can't see it, it's not happening, and they didn't take your word for it. Well, they are about to see it right now. Boom. That's it. Bye.